Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to another playthrough of a Kickstarter that is currently running. As you can see, this has only 4 days left to go. I've had to leave this one fairly late. It's actually two projects, Dinosaur World and the Dinosaur Island Rawr and Right, of which we were looking at today. They've added solo game as a stretch goal to these projects. They have just added the games onto Tabletop Simulator, so we're finally able to give them a go, but unfortunately there are no solo rules included. So I will give a bit of a thought as to what I reckon that solo mode is going to entail based on the Dinosaur Island game and how they're probably going to incorporate it into this Roll and Write project. But for now, a bit of a summary. It's a slightly heavy game in terms of what the roll and write genre generally entails. It is still just a 30 to 45 minute game apparently, though. We've got a few decks of cards which are going to give us some variety, specialists, as well as these buildings. And there are 10 die included with various DNA faces which would be familiar from the Dinosaur Island game, but we're going to draft those, fill out these player sheets, and that's pretty much it. That is the contents of the game. So there's not a lot to it, so let's take a little look as to how we have things set up. So I've tried to incorporate a little picture-in-picture over here. This is showing the first player sheet. Yes, so you can just see the hand over here now as well. But I'll be playing two characters, so we'll be just going along as if this were a normal two-player game rather than how the solo game plays, although obviously it is just me here. What we're going to do is each turn grab 5 dice out of this random bag of 10. They will get rolled. First player drafts 1, then the second, then it would be third, fourth, then the fourth, third, second, first, and there's 1 left over. So fairly simple draft. Once we've got the dice, we've then got these 5 action spaces to choose from with these abilities. During those actions, we will load up on DNA, which we'll mark here, as well as potentially coins, which we'll spend to recruit either these specialists, the Security Chief, Tour Guide and Junior Scientist, which are permanently visible here, or the 3 random specialists which are available. We will indicate their cost by crossing out any excess here, and we just have to reference what their abilities are. We may also build attractions. We can obviously create dinosaurs. We will go on a tour phase, excitement and death, and tally all our points. So it's quite a quick turn. We will do 2 sets of draft and actions, and then this arrow means we're going to run through this phase. So starting with attractions, specialist, tours, excitement and death toll. So you can see it's going to be 6 sets of dice draft, so you will only take 12 actions, and you'll run this engine 3 times. So nice and quick. What I think they will probably end up doing for the solo game is having a little deck of cards, quite similar to Dinosaur Island. Let me see if I can find the Dinosaur Island solo game cards. Each of those cards generally specify a number of dice which are going to be restricted, as well as a few buildings and action spaces that the dummy player will block for you. No, I can't find a nice example, but I think this will run similar. There'll be a deck of cards, you'll flip it over. After rolling your dice, you'll have them lined up and assign 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and you'll flip a card and it will say the dummy player has taken dice 2 and 3 this round, and then it will probably say the dummy player has placed these dice on spaces 1 and 4. So a couple of actions are occupied and your choice of die are limited. There's a few little things this doesn't quite work perfectly for. One thing is, whichever die remains at the end, all players will gain the threat. So in this case, this 1 red dot or 2 dots on either of these. If you're playing solo and you know you've got 3 dice, well, you're going to leave the lowest pip all the time. The reason being, whichever die is left over, not only do you get the threat, but every player gets the resource which is on there as well. So since you know you're going to be getting all the resources from these dice, there's not much of a choice. So it may be they include another dice. This also means you've got a bit of a choice as to what you're going to get, because you could draft 2 and then out of these pick 1 to discard. That way you've got some control over what resource you're getting, otherwise you will always get the same no matter what. And with that, how much threat you're willing to take as well. So I don't think it's a perfect draft with only 5 dice, because it removes half your game really, because you have no choice left over. Assigning the dummy dice here isn't too bad, because it's not completely blocking you. What this does quite nicely is no space is permanently blocked. We could go and take this action again and even use every die from all players on the same action. The only difference it makes by going second or third to this spot is whatever die you cover up, you have to take the threat that you cover as well. So in this case, whichever player places this second die will also gain 1 threat, and then whoever places this subsequent die would also gain 2 threat. So there is a tactic in how you draft your die. If you want ones with high numbers of threat, you may place them first if that's the only time you want to go to this space, to make sure any other player that comes here also has to take the threat, which is quite a nice way of doing it. But this is, I think, how it will probably work. It will be just take 6 dice, it will give you a number between 1 and 6 and which space to put that corresponding die on. You still have a little bit of choice as to your draft, with 1 getting thrown away, and the game will probably be a beat your high score. That's traditionally what they did with Dinosaur Island. I can see this working the same way. There aren't any objectives in the game, and I don't believe they're going to add them at this point, so it will just be a case of given the different building cards, different specialists, if you get 50 to 70 points, you know, your park gets shut down because of bad PR. 70 to 90, you keep open but not great. 90 plus, fantastic, you know, number 1 park. Some arbitrary sort of scores like that. But unfortunately, as I say, there is no inclination given as to what this is going to look like as a solo game. There's nothing on the Board Game Geek page. I was looking today whilst at work, hoping something might be listed. They have just done another Kickstarter update, but it doesn't mention the solo game, so we are a little in the dark. But with that said, let's play as a 2-player game. We need to draw 3 building cards. 1, 2, 3. There are expert cards as well. I'm just going to use the basic, easier abilities. Okay, and for these extra attractions, their cost is up the top here, and we will mark off. Actually, let me do with this. A will cost us 8 out of a maximum. What could they cost? 6. Okay. So it could cost up to 12. These ones aren't that expensive. B would cost us 6. Oops. Pretty much know what that means. And C would cost 7. You can partially fill as you're claiming coins from the dice. You don't have to have 7 at the time that you place them. But once they're committed to a space, you can't change your mind. It was 7. Six and 8. And we will do the same 5, 4, 3 with these specialists. Yeah, decal. So let's take a little look at what they do. The Carnival Coliseum, you immediately, this lightning bolt, we will immediately gain 3 security and 2 points for every large carnivore, this orange hexagon. The Deluxe Break Room, we can immediately place a ride, and rides when we activate will gain us an excitement times the number of rides, and we can have a maximum of 4. So that's just a free ride, but also 3 points at the end for every one of these buildings, for every attraction that is linked to a merch ride or food premises. And the Welcome Centre immediately gain an excitement, 1 security and a road. And it's 2 points per unique dinosaur. So if you just have a good variety of everything, you get a good amount of points. That seems nice. Small Carnivore Trainer, immediately gain 2 excitement. And it's 1 security per type of small carnivore. So that's a pretty good way of keeping small carnivores in check. Jack of all trades, you can either get 2 excitement, 2 security or 2 roads. And when he activates, he'll give you either 1 coin, 1 security, 1 road. So as it implies, really good versatility. Ride operator, you gain an excitement, and when operating, we get 1 coin per ride. So it basically makes rides also give the benefit that food stalls give. They have endgame points if you have them as well. These are all 3 points, and obviously these ones I explained as we're going. So with all of that said, a little bit about what we're going to be doing on our board. So as you can see, each of these attractions, as well as large carnivores, small carnivores and herbivores, have these associated shapes or polyominoes, and we're going to draw them onto our grid here. We start with this welcome centre, which counts as a building, and all other polyominoes that we draw also are considered buildings. Buildings can't sit next to another building, so this space, every 1 tile, including diagonally, away from a building, can't have another building. What we're going to have to do to connect our various polyominoes together is have roads, which are indicated with this symbol, and every time we run forget what the term for running the park is, but resolving this sequence, we're going to do 1 dinosaur tour, and we will gain 1 excitement for each unmarked building visited, and then mark it with a cross for each unmarked attraction visited. So you can only score each attraction once. And also, if you go from your HQ, you always have to start here and get to an exit. You will cross it through and score that many points. So there are 6 potential exits. We're running this sequence 3 times, so at most you could score 3 of these. So ideally you want to connect to one fairly early and then get to some of the higher scoring ones later. I have no idea what a good score is, but let us jump in and see how we get on. One of us will win, so in that sense pressure is off. Okay, so randomly roll these die. We have first player here. Why won't you stay knocked down? There we go, knock the T-Rex over. So we'll start first player here for the first draft. So we will take one dice and then pass it across. There is a lot of DNA here to start with. Only 1 security, but there's not a lot of threat on some of these dice as well. As first player, we have started with 1 of each basic DNA. Player 2 gets a green extra, player 3 would get a green and a purple, player 4 would get a green, purple, orange. So dinosaurs are slightly cheaper to construct. It's only 2 DNA, it's a basic and an advanced. For a small carnivore, it's 2 basic, for a herbivore, and 2 advanced for a large carnivore. So I think getting some advanced DNA would be good. Let's go for this one since there's 2 yellow. So we will gain this immediately, and we can mark with a circle the DNA that we have got. So that's those 2. The next player then, I think we want to get DNA early, so we're going to claim both of these and mark 2 yellow, 1 teal and a blue. So the yellow and teal we can use to get velociraptors. We could get 2 velociraptors straight away. So that's quite nice for us. If we were looking at potentially a small carnivore trainer, we would want different dinosaurs, but here's 5 coins, that might be a bit much. Multiple players can recruit the same specialists or construct the same buildings. It's not limited, it's not first come, first served. So back to player 1, we have last pick. We know we're going to get the choice of whatever's left, and everyone's going to suffer the consequences of this one. So if we wanted 1 coin, we could get 1 threat and our choice of these, or if we wanted to potentially scupper everyone, we could take this die and we'd both get 2 threat and 1 coin. I don't think we want to give the other player the choice of the advanced DNA, so we will take this. We're actually going to take the security from it, so we will mark here we go, we will mark 1 security instead of taking the DNA, and we get 1 coin. For our coin, I think we'll go for the Jack of all trades first of all. He's 1 coin more expensive than just getting a security chief, but he gives the same benefit, but also could give us a road or a coin if we need that. So we'll take this. I think our other player here likes the idea of the dinosaurs. So I think they're going to go straight for the small carnivore. Small carnivore trainer. You both get, unfortunately, to add 2 threat dice though. So let's select black. And what we're going to do here, oh, this is quite big. How do I? Alright, there's obviously a way to change the scale of the pen, but I'm unfamiliar with it, so what I'm going to do is mark a threat die. That's a bit too faint. Let's try 200. Yeah, threat is a red circle on here. So we've gained 2 threat from this dice, and our second player will gain 2 threat. What we will do next then, so we've both drafted, we can ignore most of the symbols except the threat on these dice, and we're going to place them in these action spots. Looking at what we have, I don't think we want to go too crazy making dinosaurs which increase our threat. We don't have much advanced DNA for that anyway, so we could just get a bit of extra DNA first and then look at making few herbivores, and just in case player 2 wants to come here, we'll use our die with 1 threat. As I say, any die that covers another just has to take the threat as well from what gets covered. With these 2 basic DNA, we will take another red and yellow DNA, because then we've got enough. We have 2 of each, so we've got enough for 1 of each type of dinosaur. Player 2, they've got a fair amount of DNA. They potentially wanted to look at getting another advanced DNA, but what they could do, gain double it of whatever's shown on a dice. We could probably do with a good amount of money though. If we're looking to hire some expensive specialists, we could go straight for a build action and get a food building that will let us not only add another polyomino to our board, potentially getting more excitement when we do a tour, but get more income. I think though the chances are our other player might want money or some security first, and we do need security. We haven't taken any extra. If we're building small carnivores, we're going to get even more threat. So let's just put this die here first for the 2 security. This is a bit of a trippy tune I'm not too much of a fan of, so let's just skip this. Okay. If things like the music are a little too high, do let me know. It's the first time I've got something going in the background, because Tabletop Simulator generally is just a little bit too quiet for a long playthrough. Okay, so we're back round to the first player. We are allowed to cover our own die or the other one here, but we will take those threat. We were quite interested in getting additional coins, so we've got the Jack of all trade, but not for 2 threat. So I think with our other die, we'll come over here and build. We like the idea of a food stand, I think, nice and early. So let's draw. Let's make it just a fraction darker, and we'll draw this polyomino. So as I said, we can't go in any of the spaces immediately next to any other building. So at the start, that would be these spaces. With the shape given, we can rotate or flip. So we could go here. How many squares is it? 4 down. So we could do this. And then we're pretty close. It's actually, unfortunately, 2 roads away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here. Yeah, it's pretty similar, but that's quite good, I think. These shapes could be against the outer wall, so we have been a little inefficient with space, but we're pretty close to this, and we may have time to get down to the 7 points first of all. That would be pretty nice to do. Alright then, so second player then with their final die. The make dinosaur space has been left open for them. Would it be rude to leave that? No, they're going to take advantage of the fact we had no threat dots on our die to also build a building. They've gone for a very expensive specialist who they would want to get out early, so let's build this shape again. And this player is going safe. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4 and here. So 1 road and we're automatically gaining that 3 points. And that's it. That's the first turn done. Let me lock these other cards. That'll make it nice and easy for me. Oh no. Little red marker. To get rid of these dice, shuffle the bag, and we're on to the next round. So we're 1/6 of the way there in terms of our actions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll up them dice, and we've got a merchandise building available to us, or a road and a DNA. Yeah, some good options again. So merchandise buildings. Actually, building cards. Let's just check merchandise buildings. I believe you roll a die for each one. The action phase, taking action to clean up, run park, merch booth. For each merch booth you take 1 random die from the dice bag, roll it and gain the resources shown as if you drafted the die, and do not gain the threat. So that's just a nice way. It's a bit unpredictable, but a good way of getting stuff. So yeah, let's take the merch die. Actually, we didn't mark off. We should have done. We have got 1 food stand and 1 food stand. So we will gain a merch. And we can draw this shape. So let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, happy with that. So we'd quite like to get a couple of roads. So we know getting down here is going to be an issue. Yellow DNA, it's okay. Yellow, I mean orange requires blue, so this would work slightly better for us. But actually we can take 2 dice. So let's draft both of these. So we're going to gain a purple DNA and a blue DNA. Also another yellow. and we can draw a road. So we'll draw our road here first of all. That's as good a road as I'm going to draw, because we know we need to connect this part up. We can store 5 roads, but you're limited to that, so it's best, unless you're really stuck as to where you'd want to put it, to just use it. Okay, back round then to player 2. And again, we know we're going to get both of these, but it's just whether we want to leave everyone suffering this threat. We're a little behind on threat, but not awfully. But I don't think we want to take the risk of even more threat. We know we want to start getting some carnivores out. It seems like it would only be shooting ourselves in the foot. So we'll gain 1 coin. And we will go straight for our same specialist. We want to get this carnivore trainer. And everyone will gain a red and teal DNA. But also 1 threat. Perfect. So we get first choice as to what we want to do, and I think I want to get lots of merch buildings out. So we'll actually come to the duplicate space. Oh no, do not gain attraction. Ah, they thought of it. Yeah, can't get attractions. We want dinosaurs. Let's use this die, because we're pretty certain player 1 is probably going to make a dinosaur or 2 this round anyway, and this way they've got to think, is it worth the threat? So making 4 dinosaurs, or up to 4 dinosaurs. What can we get? 1 Velociraptor is a yellow and green. So let's block those off. Yellow and green spent for 1 Velociraptor. We could get a second. It's getting us a lot of excitement. We could earn ourselves some extra security, which helps deal with the Velociraptor. Yeah, let's do a second one. So another yellow and green. And then a Triceratops. And a Brachiosaurus. Why not? Let's keep it a bit different. So that's a yellow and a red and a blue. That should be 8 DNA. It is. So this will give us 1, 2 excitement. And this gives us an additional 4 excitement. We will have also gain 2 threat. Oops. I have to remember that that threat is not actually circled. So over here we do have a lot of DNA, so it would be pretty good to get something built. But we don't have much security. And looking at what this player's just done, they probably want to go for some more security this way. 2 security would cost them 2 threat, and that makes it completely redundant for them, so they're going to have to take some death. So let's do this first. Back to our player here then, with our remaining die. We could build an attraction, but it's probably worth just getting this road built. So we'll come over here and we get 3 roads. So we can build 1 road, 2 roads, and then if we build a 3rd road here, we're ready to connect to this exit next turn. Back round here then. If we went for more dinosaurs or we went for herbivores, we've only got 2 threat, which isn't awful, but we haven't made it over here. We're not... We've got 1 food, which will get us 1 coin. We could raise funds for the Jack of all trade and we would get just enough money to hire him this round. Or we could just grab a lot of DNA ready for the start of next round. So the threat from dinosaurs is tricky. A couple of roads would be worth 4 points to us. So I think for 1 threat we will go for the roads. So it's 2 roads here, and let's get another road here ready in case we want a building here to connect to this exit. And that's going to do it. So that's all the die, all the dice used. We go into the run park phase. So looking at what we have 1 food stall, so we're going to gain 1 coin. And if we did unlock any specialists at this point, because we're getting our coin in phase 1, they would also then trigger immediately and give us the benefit when we run phase 2. So we get that. Phase 2, we don't have any specialists. Our Dino Tour, we can connect through here. So we will get our 4 points, and this has been selected, which gets us 1 excitement. Because we have 1 excitement, we will gain 1 DNA, 1 basic DNA. Considering we could either, with the advanced DNA, get a Velociraptor or Pterodon, let's go for a Pterodon. We've seen that the other park has a couple of Velociraptors. We don't want to copy what they've got, even though points-wise it's identical. Death toll. We didn't. We should have taken our 1 threat. So death toll, we are going to suffer 1. We've got 1 threat which hasn't got security, so we will have to mark 1 here. There's no effect at this point. Every time we reach an exclamation mark, we will have to trigger 1 of these penalties, but it is also just a minus point, -1. If you go over 20 deaths, it's 2 points per additional death. Okay. Park over here. we have one merch stand, so we need to put all the dice back in the bag. Shuffle the bag, draw one, and roll it. We will claim a purple DNA. And also one coin, which can go here. Unfortunately, if we'd gone for the security chief, we would have him by now, and we could have avoided some of these deaths. As it is, we have no specialists. We run our HQ, and we will come to the exit here, and we can mark this, which gets us one more excitement. On the excitement track, we will gain 2 basic DNA, which will go 1, 2. We'll gain 1 coin, which will be here, and 1 security, which I'll leave as the circle. That's our maybe notes in the wrong spot. If we had managed to get that 1 additional coin, we could have gained the immediate benefit of 2 excitement, but no good to us now. We have 2 deaths, which means we have to trigger a bad effect, which could be to kill a specialist, but we don't have any. We could dismantle one of our buildings. It no longer will give us the benefit, but it can still count as a connected road, so we could just trash this merch stall and basically have this as an elongated road. Or we could destroy a dinosaur. Oh, we never added our pens, did we? So that is definitely something we could have added. And let's do that now. So we've got space here for a 3x3. And we need another 3x3. Here. So we're ready and connected to the next exit. And actually getting down to these would be good. So if we did another one here and here, instead of claiming this exit, what we can do is claim this one. That way, it's 5 points, 2 roads gets us to the 8, and we're pretty close to the 10. Or, at the very least, we've always got the 3 left to claim. So we could just mark off one of these paddocks. We wouldn't get the points from it at the end, or 4 DNA. I think what we'll do actually is trash the merchandise stall. So we just block this off, and here. We can only do each of these twice. So not the best, it is just never going to be rebuilt, but it's not too bad. Okay, so that is a third of the game done. Pop all the dice back in, the only dice back in. We will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back out. Let's have a little look then. So, roll these back. We've got the option of a ride, which gains us free excitement, which we are lacking at the moment. DNA, we're pretty set for DNA. I think either money or ride. And let's go for the ride. So this ride we can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, that's 4. And we have 1 ride built. And it's another new building to go on our tour through to gain an excitement as well. Player 2 then. We're pretty low on DNA, but we're also a little bit behind in security. So we'll take the coin. So that completes our specialist. So we can tick that's done. We can only get the specialist once. We gain 2 immediate excitement. And we will gain a security for every type of small carnivore. I keep thinking small herbivores, but they're all herbivores. Small carnivore. So if we do build a pterodon, I'm not going to try and pronounce that, 1 each of these, then they should cover for themselves every turn anyway. So that's our plan. Our second die then, we don't have orange DNA and we need this for the other dinosaur, so we will take orange. I feel a bit more confident with what actually we're planning on doing with player 2. Player 1 seems to have fallen a little through the cracks. Let's take a coin. Oh no, we don't. Oh. We don't really want to take all this threat again, though we are first to go. But I think we'll leave that die. We'll take this for the yellow and red. So we'll gain even more DNA. And everyone will gain either a teal or a coin and 1 threat. I think we'll take the coin. Then we're very close to our jack of all trades. And 1 threat. Another threat over here. And either a coin or a green teal DNA. We want a couple of roads. We could look at tour guide. Yeah, let's go for a coin on our tour guide. Perfect. So, going first, let's grab coins or security. Now we'll go for coins. So we're going to get 2 coins. We can grab 1 here, so we will have the B, and we'll take immediately the 2 security. And we do have 1 additional coin left over. We've got 1 ride, so the ride operator is quite nice for us. And it doesn't take too many more coins, so let's go there. Player 2 then. As I say, we want roads, but they're only a couple of coins away for us. We could just immediately get those 2 coins. So we will. So we will gain 2 coins and every other player will gain 1. So we get the tour guide, 1, 2. Which gets us 3 excitement. 1, 2, 3. So now we're gaining quite a few resources from our excitement track. The other player will gain 1, which brings them pretty close to getting their next specialist. We need to get some dinosaurs, so we're going to build 4, or breed 4. We haven't got a lot of security, but we do have our Jack of all trades, which could get us 1 more security. So we are safe to build at least 1 small dinosaur if we wanted. We've got a lot of red DNA, so let's build 1 pterodon and 1 each of these. Yeah, we blacked it out, didn't we? So it's 2 DNA of each of these, a purple and a red, which is going to be a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 excitement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 excitement. And 1 more threat. So we need a 3x3 and 3 small squares. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we should be putting an initial, a letter BTA into each of these so we keep track of which ones are there, but I'm not going to attempt to try and draw that with this giant smudge of a marker. I think so long as we're keeping track of how many of each we've built, it's not hugely relevant. Let's change our playlist. This is a bit nightmarish, isn't it? It's epic. Let's see what a playlist titled Epic does for us. I mean, so far very little, but let's give it time. Okay, so that's both dice for player 1. Player 2 here. We're sort of okay for coins. We haven't got a huge amount of DNA to make this space particularly worthwhile. But we do know we want roads. We could go for... No, let's go for roads. Keep our plan ticking across. Roads only connect from one side to another, so this isn't the best diagram because it looks like it basically fills the whole square, but you'll never have oh, it's a small pen here, look. You never have a T-junction road or a crossroad. You can have a bend or going across, obviously vertical, but it only will ever join from one to another. So if we did have something, I'm not quite sure corner to corner how it could ever work, but it is only ever from one side to a different side. But that round of action's done. Let's discard these, shuffle our bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move the dino and roll. Okay, so a lot of threat on this dice, which is pretty bad. This has got a food stool on it, which can just grab us money, as well as being another merchandise building. I think that's pretty tempting. We've got one of every DNA, which is enough to build 3 small carnivores. So more food stands to get more money and hopefully get the security guard before the security phase. Yeah, that sounds good. So we'll grab this die and let's draw it on. So another food stool, and it's 4 by 2, so it won't fit down here because it would be touching. If we know we're going to build a 3 by 3 though, we can have it 1, 2, 3, 4, and then have a 3 by 3 here. So that's pretty good. Our player here. We're short of roads, so let's take this. We'll get 1 road and 1 DNA. 1 yellow. And we'll connect here. And what else can we get? We're not doing awful for threat. But let's take this die and start getting the security guard and leave the decision up to the other player. Oh no, we were going for this specialist, weren't we? But it's okay, we're only no, let's go for it. Can I? If I do this, does it get rid of it? Yes, it does. Fantastic. So we will claim this specialist. Gets us immediately 1 excitement. And every ride also gets us a coin now, as this triggers. So, player 2 is left with the conundrum of giving everyone 2 threat or 3 threat. They're going to be placing dice first, so they're going to actually take the 3 threat and put this out on Make Dinos, and then leave the choice for this guy whether he wants to risk that. So we get a blue and 2 yellow and 2 threat. Blue and 2 yellow and 2 yellow. Equally, the yellows are less important for this player. They have so many. So another 2 threat and 2 more over here. Okay, so we are first and we're going to go, or player 2 is first. Going to go on the dinosaur space. And as we worked out, with 1 of each advanced DNA and 1 of each basic DNA, we can build 1 of each small dinosaur. A small carnivore. So we'll get a 3rd Velociraptor, Pterodon, and let's give this a go. Dilophosaurus sounds better. Probably incorrect, but we'll go with that. So that would be 3 by 3. We mark off that DNA, And with one yellow, one blue, we can get an ankylosaur, which we don't have. So we will get that. Let's mark them on. We'd left our space here a 3x3 perfectly. 2x2 will fit here. We're already set up to take the next two highest spaces, so it doesn't really matter where we go. We just want to be fairly efficient on space. Oh, no, this is 3x3, isn't it? So this here, and another 3x3. Here. And that's 3 more excitement. Which is pretty good. No, sorry, it's 3 more threat. It is 7 more excitement. So that was 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we need to give ourselves 1, 2, 3 threat. So threat is an issue. We were planning to get some coins, I think, weren't we? So we could either get another merch stool, another food stool, which would earn us 3 coins to unlock the chief, or we could raise funds and use some of the production here to get the security chief, which would block some of this out. Yeah, I don't think it's as bad as it looks there. Play over here then. We had just unlocked the ride operator, which will get us some money for having a ride. We haven't yet connected to another park exit, and 3 roads does get us there. So let's go for roads. So that's a 10-point situation, which is pretty big points, I think. We'll put the road here, so at least the 7 is connected. If we get to the 8, great, but it's only 1 point at this stage. It's not a huge difference to us. For us then, our plan to build would gain us a lot of extra threat, so let's just come here and we will take 2 coins. So we don't quite unlock the security chief, but he's not far away. We could actually have gone for the jack of all trades, because we're going to earn enough. And 1 more excitement would get us a security anyway. Yeah, let's get rid of those circles. We're going to put 2 on, which one is he's B, isn't he? 2 circles on B. Maybe gamble a little bit on that. So we want to get some more dinosaurs built, but it's 3 threat, which is outrageous. This die doesn't have any threat on it, however. So we could come safely and raise our security this way. We could get some DNA or gain a couple of coins, but since it would give 1 coin to the other player, I think let's gain 2 security. 1, 2. That's everyone done. We will move to our run park phase. We have 1 ride, which gets us an excitement. We have 1 food that gets us a coin. And Let's go for the security chief. Running this phase, so we have B, who will gain us either a coin, a security, or a road. And we're gaining the security, so no one dies. Actually, we're going to gain a security here. So let's gain an excitement. C, we gain 1 coin for every ride, and we have 1. So we'll gain that. So that's the specialist done. The tour, we're going to travel through. I'm just going to check that this symbol means attraction and doesn't cover dinosaurs as well. Well, I'm not sure. The iconography is going to be in here, but hopefully when it talks about the run park phase Dino Tour. The tour starts at your HQ, travel through any number of buildings connected by a road. Each road or building can only be visited once, you can't backtrack. You can enter any building or a park exit. Show one of the legal routes from above diagram with building marked with X and exit circles. It talks about buildings, which I think does include dino pens. I think dino pens are also categorised as buildings. So 1 excitement, 2, 3, 4, 5 excitement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we will claim these resources. We get 1 advanced. We don't have purple, so let's get that. We get 1, 2 basic. We get blue and red. And 2 coins and 2 security. So we can cover those. And we'll go for the security chief, which gets us immediately 2 security, so we are covered. And the tour guide for those extra excitement values. I think a couple of roads at the end could be pretty good. We've gone to this 10-pointer. Death. We are covered with security. We are totally safe, so that doesn't happen. Okay, over here. We destroyed our merch. We have 2 food stools. So we will put 2 coins here, which completes B. B gives us immediately 2 security, and that's it. Tour guide will give us 2 roads. So we can connect 1, 2. A gives us 1 security for each type of small carnivore, and we have 1 of each type. So we will gain 1, 2, 3. And the jack of all trades will give us... Oh, he doesn't give excitement. I was thinking we'd get to this paddock, but we'll take the security. Then we can run our tour. So we went to this exit last time. We can cross this building for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 excitement to get down here though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excitement then gives us 2 basic DNA and 2 advanced. So let's go for... I think we'd like to build a welcome centre, which is pretty hard to do. We don't have any advanced DNA at the moment. We've got to get a T-Rex, so let's get a green and a purple DNA. We'll also get 2 basic DNA, so we get the 2 we don't have. We've got 1, 2, 3 coins. So let's start going for this welcome centre, which is building 3. So that's 1, 2, 3 coins. And 1, 2, 3 security. So we actually managed to pull that back just based on all of our bonuses. So for deaths, nobody is actually going to die, which I'm surprised about. And we do have this nice selection here to still show some punters if we connect them up. Although this should have been placed here, really, so we could have gone 1, 2. Yeah, that wasn't done very well. Okay, but that is all those phases done. Shuffle these up. And we are on to phase 5. 1. Why is there only 5? Oh, the other dice are here. Shuffle these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got 2 roads. Not a huge thing for us right now. Our security is fine, so if we can get some big DNA, that would be perfect. So probably this dice, a purple and blue. Don't coincide together, but purple and red we can do, so that's good. Player 2, equally they were really hoping to get a couple of these big dinos built, so let's grab this, and we know we want a few roads, so we'll grab this one as well. So a couple of roads we can connect. One, 2. We might be able to go 1, 2, 3, and then we could tour through all of them and back to the 8-pointer. 1 purple DNA. We'll go here. We know we're going to get first choice of actions next round as well, so that might be when we grab all of our dinos at the end. This player then, equally they know they're fine. It's a shame they've been left with all this blue DNA. They're going to get 1, 2, 3, 2 there and 1 here, and take 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. Over here, 1, 2, 3. And 1 blue DNA. Okay, so we do have lots of DNA. Ride operators get us coins. This would immediately get us. I don't think we're going to earn enough coins to immediately be able to build a deluxe break room. That seems extravagant. Let's make some dinosaurs. Let's see what we can create. We've got a green and a purple and an orange. So we can do these two dinosaurs. Let's go big right at the end here. So a T-Rex and a Megalosaurus. Which only leaves us DNA enough for a couple of little ones. So we get a blue and a yellow, and let's do two blue and yellow. So two ankylosaurs. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put it here. 4. Just a great square. And here. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can I not count 4? 1, no, 3, 4. It's because I'm putting the thing down and counting an extra 4. So that's 2 large pens, and we need 2 small pens. We never went here. Let's go 1. Nope, that's touching on a corner, isn't it? Two here. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 roads. We could get through everything there. Okay. So we've already gained a couple of roads, which has set us up pretty well. If we're going to build all those big dinosaurs, however, we're going to want probably even more roads. So let's plan for that now. We could get 4, but I think giving the opponent any option would be more of a problem. Let's wait there. We could do this. And we're seeing that they need a lot of roads. We'll get 3 roads. And we know we're going to be able to build actually, we only know we can build a T-Rex and a pterodon, but that could be 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3 in here. Yes, we could go 1, 2. Yeah, so 1 road here, 1 road here to connect to this, and 1. I'm not sure if you can build them unconnected. So let's build this road here. We didn't do our excitement or threat from that construction, so let's do that quickly. We built 2 of these, which is 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, but also 3, 6, 7, 8 excitement. So we're going to gain 3 security, plus we've got the security chief. So actually we're okay with this level of threat. We don't need more security. We could go for coins. It'd allow us to get the tour guide done with 2 coins. we'll go for it. 2 coins. Gets us the immediate 3 excitement. And over here, we'll grab an advanced DNA. We will grab 1 orange and see where that gets us. So, final throw of the dice. Pop them in, shuffle around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We were still quite a few coins short of this building, aren't we? 4 coins short, so I think we'll take the 2 coins. Take the 2 coins. So that attraction is built. Gives us a bonus road, which is nice, and it triggers during the attraction phase, although there is no immediate bonus. So 2 coins. 1, 2. We've hired the ride operator, so we will take this dice and we will get the ride operator straight away. And orange DNA is pretty good for us. We don't need a huge amount of extra DNA. With the orange, we could get 1 more advanced dinosaur build, but we just really need a lot of roads. Try and maximise our points through here. 1, 2, 3, 4 roads, which would be 2 lots here, although the tour guide will get us some, so we just need to 1 build action. We could potentially get Could we get more food? I don't think we could. Would be nice if we could get the welcome centre though, because actually we've ended up, could be a 12-point building, and we see that they're going to grab it. So we'll take the coin as well. So it's 1 more ride for us. Which we could build. No, it wouldn't fit in here. Could build here. Yeah, that's reasonable. Except that's the wrong shape. And 1 coin. I want to try and get this expensive building. We're pretty set for security, so I think we will just take this die, get an orange and a yellow, and 1 more orange. And we'll take. Security might be a problem. Yeah, let's take the security. Alright. So we're going first and we'll... Oh, so player 2's going first. We'll claim this space to make 4 dinos. With the DNA they've got, that can be... Megalosaurus and Spinosaurus. So a purple and an orange and an orange and a green. And then we can look at an orange and a blue, and a purple and a red. Let's just go crazy at the end here. So this might result in a lot of people dying, but equally, it's only people. 6 threat, which will fill up all of this. It's 8 excitement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 excitement. So we need, what do we think here? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's here, wasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, this was a 3 space. Otherwise they touch. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4. So that's our 2 big dinosaurs and 1 little one. So 1, 2, 3. And we've still got space for this down here as well. We want to get some roads built, and looking at it, we think probably player 2 wants roads as well, so we're going to put the 2 threat dice there. And we will go for 3 roads. We want to definitely collect over here, but it looks like 1, 2 is probably going to be our best option. Actually, we know we're getting 2 roads here, so could we go 1, 2? Yeah, we definitely could, couldn't we? Let's go to that. So we only need 1 road. 1, 2, 3 roads would allow us to come through that 1 extra building. So we could use the jack of all trades to get 1 additional road as well. we're definitely fine on security unless we build more dinosaurs. This player then, we've got the coins once the excitement hits, actually even food. But we probably want a bit more security. Looking at how things stand, let's go 1, 2. Okay. Over here then, we wanted more coins so we could get the welcome center. We need 2, only 6 more. Yes. So we'll get 3 here. 4. So we need 2 coins. So we will come up here. That is everybody's dice actions done. So we'll run our parks one final time. Rides for 2 excitement. 1, 2. Yeah, food for 1 coin. Then specialist, we're going to get 2 security. No, not. We're going to get 1 security. We'll gain 2 roads. We can go 1, 2. The B is Jack of all trades, which can give us 1 road, which can be here. And C is a coin per ride, of which we have 2. Actually, I don't think we did need those 2 coins, but we can get the junior scientist. Yeah, we'll get the junior scientist. That's 3 points as well. So that's 2 coins from our ride because of C. Running our Jeep tour, we can go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the exit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we gain everything here. So that is 2 advanced DNA, 1, 2, 2 basic, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that can just be built somewhere. Something like that shape, wasn't it? Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4 security. Which means no more deaths. Perfect. Over here, our merch is destroyed. We will gain 2 food, which will come here. 1, 2. So we can draw. Where do we want it? Don't think it's a building we're using. Let's just pop it here. Mark that. So that was our 2 from there. The tour guide will get 2 roads. So what do we have connected? We want, and come along here, get this extra 1, and then here. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, and out the exit here. Best no. We were thinking 1, 2 here, weren't we? Yeah. One, 2. And then we've got Jack of all trades, who can put 1 here. Yeah, that seems good. A is security for each type of small carnivore, which we've got 3. 1, 2, 3. Then Jack of all trades will give us this road. HQ tour, and then travels this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new ones before coming out here. We didn't mark this last time. So 6 excitement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we will gain everything here. It's 1, 2 DNA, 2 basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. 5 coins will get us I guess just this. So we are 1 short. Death toll, we will take 3 deaths. 1, 2, 3. So we will just lose 1, 2, 3, 4 DNA. Marking off this one. So that's only losing us 2 points at the end. That's okay. Alright, so let's add in a couple of objects. Make them nice and big, and do our points. So point wise, 2 for every herbivore. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's 10 points. Can I? Text is huge. And for some reason white, even though everything, the pen is black. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be using this. So 10 points, 3 for every small carnivore. 1, 2, 3. 5 for every large carnivore. Another 10. Buildings. We've completed this one, which was 2 points for every unique dinosaur, which would be 12 points. So that brings us to 35. I'm not sure what that is. Is that endgame final scoring? Add together each park exit you've circled. And we had 8, 10 and 4, so another 22. A lot of clicking, get us up to 57. the completed row, so 10 points from excitement, so that's 67. And 3 points per specialist. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 specialists for 15. Brings us to 82. 1 death leaves us 1 point. Every pair of DNA, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. Brings us to 88. Feels pretty good. Over here we have 3 herbivores for 6 points. We have 7, so 21 points worth of small carnivores and 10 points worth of large carnivores. We've managed the same welcome centre construction, which will get us 16 points. So it brings us to 53. We managed to connect 5, 8 and 10. 23 points. So racing up to 76. And we managed again 10 points here, so 86. Specialists, we've completed 1, 2, 3, 4 for 12 points. Pairs of DNA, we have 1. And deaths, we have 5. So we've come out 88 to 94. Felt like we were going in very different directions, but we've come pretty similar. The security was definitely much more of a issue at the start, particularly for our player going for a lot of the small carnivores, but the small carnivore trainer giving 3 security per time the park was run helped to balance that out during the mid-game. We did have 3 people eaten at the end, which was a bit catastrophic, but to lose 3 points in order to build 16 points worth of dinosaurs and also 2 new types of dinosaur, so basically an extra 20 points and we lost 3, was where player 2 managed to run away with the win, with appropriately dramatic music playing in the background. So yeah, it's a nice, pretty simple version of Dinosaur Island. Keeps the same feel. You've got the buildings, the specialists, the dice drafting, but equally a little spatial puzzle as well, which is good. There is some interaction with the other player, which can sometimes be lost in a roll and write, and you get to the end of the game, you just sort of look up and think, oh, you did a thing and I've done a thing, that was fun. Whereas this does feel, yeah, pretty competitive, but although this has obviously taken more than 30 to 45 minutes, yeah, an hour 45, probably an hour, hour and a half, hour 20 once my rambling at the start was cut out. I was playing 2 characters and obviously talking a lot, and Tabletop Simulator slows everything down. So yeah, I really do think I think I'd play at 40 minutes 2-player, maybe towards 50 minutes, 55 at 4 players, because it's not simultaneous during the action selection. The running your park phase can be, but most of it you're waiting for the other people, and that can be a bit slower than most roll and writes would offer, but still pretty quick, and probably quicker than the main games. But yeah, if this has been helpful, please do leave a comment. Always nice to know it's been of use to people, and if you've enjoyed the recent interest in the Kickstarter projects, on Tabletop Simulator. It's always good to have feedback one way or the other if you want to go back to the usual sort of heavier Eurogame end of things, or enjoy seeing a little bit more of everything. Please let me know. But until the next time, do take care, and bye for now.